And we're back. Let's try again. Chick magnet. There you go. All right, so I had a baby chicken magnet. I had the jaw, knee, mill, water magnet with a jaw, a knee, a mill, and some water. And then I have the official Johnny Millwater refrigerator magnet, me holding the flaming thing. There's 3 versions of that. And, yep, Crazy Late. And the Homeless American Honeymoon Adventure from when Debbie and I hiked the Appalachian Trail. We had cards and refrigerator magnet range for those. So I have all those. So that's the complete collection. As far as I know, I'm the only one with the complete collection. So that's what's up with that. Ah, man. Dad is here. Thank goodness. Glad you're here, Dad. I missed you. You all right? I was just telling Shayna about our Christmas and how much fun we had on the Goes Wrong show. How was your Christmas, Dad? I'd really like to know. I tell you what, why don't you guys catch up a little bit, and I'll go do a thing, and then I'll come back. Let's spin the wheel. I got all kinds of fun things to do, you know. Today's show, Prose, nice. Let's go to the Prose library. Today's show is about hope. So I missed Shayna. Yeah, I missed you too, Dad. Just saying. Okay, so today's show is about hope. So I have a nice, this is a very small, very well-known passage from Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Let's start there. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were, and sometimes you didn't know the end, because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad has happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come, and when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going because they were holding on to something. That there is some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. Spoken, of course, by the great Samwise Gamgee. Oh, wait, I'm not even using my thing. Hold on. Dad. Glad you're here. We've had like 3 power outages already since this episode started. Whoop, never mind, won't use it. Okay, don't need it. Let's... all right, nothing caught up. Miss Shayna, that much is crystal clear. Nothing beyond that. Have you seen The Lord of the Rings? Have you seen The Hobbit? Have you read The Lord of the Rings? I'm curious about things. A charcuterie board shaped like a giant penis. Is it cut? First thing that pops in my head. All right, that's White Elephant Exchanges. Well, that's very cool. What are you going to... Okay, I guess that's for serving. That's not for cutting. I'd be so nervous around it. But yeah, for serving, that makes perfect sense. Okay. Let's spin the wheel. What do we get? Oh, monologue. All right. Have some technical difficulties here. And now they're solved. Meet me the theater. Good. You wouldn't want to serve meat on an uncut penis. That's disgusting. All right. Let's... full screen. Got it. All right. So we're the monologue. I got a couple good monologues this week. I've been watching a show called Patriot. And it is full of excellent monologues. Let's see. Oh, wait, first, we're going to do a comedy monologue. This is nice. This is a very, very weird one. It's a character piece. It's called Has This Ever Happened to You? Use your imagination. Here we go. Okay, gotta get in character. This guy's really intense. Okay, here we go. Oh. Has this ever happened to you? Like you bought a house and it was not disclosed to you that there was a termite infestation in the walls and moldings. So you have to take it upon yourself to call your own termite extermination company. But when the guys show up, they immediately ask to use your bathroom. And then for over 2 hours, they take turns going in and out of there, taking huge mud pies and overflushing. Then they go in there together and you hear a bunch of scrounging around, and then you hear a bunch of yelling, and then one of them is standing in the bathroom doorway, and he's shouting at you that his friend's foot was stuck in the toilet, and he says, help him! You gotta help him! And then you go in there to help him, and he just pulls it out easily and laughs because his foot wasn't even stuck. It wasn't stuck at all. He was just faking it. And then you get really serious. They get serious and say, it's turbo time. And then they both run around really fast the house as fast as they can. And they're jumping over the couches. And then, but when you try to jump in, they yell at you. And they say, you're not part of the turbo team. Don't run. You don't play with us. We're the ones that run. Until you're part of this turbo team, walk slowly. So you go lay down to be by yourself and read your art books, but then the next day you went into the bathroom and it looked like the hole in your toilet had shrunk, and you said, how can that be? There's no way they could have shrunk the toilet. But then you saw in the trash a receipt for Home Depot for a toilet the exact same size as yours, but with a joke hole that's just for farts. They replaced your real toilet with a fart toilet, and now you can't take a dump in your house because your toilet can't suck them down, and you feel sick to your stomach? Has that ever happened to you? Oh, that's fun. That guy's kind of crazy. I enjoy him. Let's see. Yeah, I wonder what kind of thing my dad was doing today, too. Ooh, I'm going to Blumenthal today for this really cool virtual reality exhibit where it makes you feel like you're in outer space. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for you. That sounds really good. Wow. So it's weightlessness and, oh, that's cool. It's going to be like that movie, Gravity. Take cool space selfies if you can. I'm interested about that. All right, let's spin the wheel. Right. Huh? Dad left. That's all right. We'll do it. Meet me at the Shakespeare stuff. Sonnet. That'll teach him. This is Sonnet number 46 by William Shakespeare. Mine eye and my heart are at mortal war, how to divide the conquest of thy sight. Mine eye, my heart thy picture's sight would bar. My heart, mine eye, the freedom of that right. My heart doth plead that thou in him dost lie, a closet never pierced with crystal eyes, but the defendant doth that plea deny, and say in him thy fair appearance lies. To side this title is unpaneled, a quest of thoughts, all tenants to the heart, and by their verdict is determined the clear eye's moiety, and the dear heart's part. As thus mine eyes do is thy outward part, and my heart's right, thy inward love of heart. I have no idea what that meant. None of it. Whew, off my game today. That would be cool if they had wisdom, if they had weightlessness. That would be very cool. Keep me posted, but I haven't even seen an ad for it. Sounds really fun. Let's spin the wheel. Ooh, Poetry Corner. All right. Meet me in the Poetry Corner. All right. Couple poems on hope. This one. This is called The Darkling Thrush by Thomas Hardy. The Darkling Thrush by Thomas Hardy. I leaned upon a coppice gate when frost was spectre gray, in winter's dregs made desolate the weakening eye of day. The tangled vine stems scored the sky like strings of broken lyres, and all mankind that haunted nigh had sought their household fires. The land's sharp features seemed to be the century's corpse outlint, his crypt the cloudy canopy, the wind his death lament. The ancient pulse of germ and birth was shrunken hard and dry, and every spirit upon earth seemed fervorless as I. At once a voice arose among the bleak twigs overhead, in a full-hearted even song of joy illimited. An aged thrush, frail, gaunt, and small, in blast beruffled plume, had chosen thus to fling his soul upon the growing gloom. So little cause for carolings of such ecstatic sound was written on terrestrial things afar or nigh abound, that I could think there trembled through his happy good night air some blessed hope, whereof he knew, and I was unaware. Oh, I like that one. Ooh, here we go. Now we're talking. Last day of the exhibit, that's all right. Busy today. But speaking of weightlessness, I do want to try I Fly, where it's like indoor skydiving. You know what I'm referring to? They have one at the Concord Mills Mall. It looks so fun. I do know exactly what that is. I saw one, as a matter of fact, as we were driving in Florida. There's one directly on our path between Tampa and Palm Beach Gardens. And I'm sure it's super fun. Everybody I know has loved it. I have a problem with calling it indoor skydiving, because that's not where the sky is. You could fly. You could call it indoor flying around or a fan floating or something, but it's not indoor skydiving because the sky is outdoors. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. It's a small point, but I want you to have a great time. Take a million pictures, meet friends. Your cool hair is going to look amazing. I can't wait. And thank you. Okay, and here you said I'm... it depends. I might. I'm chatting with your dad on Facebook Messenger, trying to persuade him to come back. Good luck with that. If he says he's busy, he's probably got a lot to do. He doesn't do busy much anymore. I might do I Fly. Yeah, depending on how I was feeling that week and the occasion, I absolutely might. Let's keep going. I'm having fun. Let's spin. Zen Koan, very nice. Meet me at the, let's see. Yeah, meet me at the campfire. This is exciting. Sorry Dad has to miss this. Forming Zen Koan 101, which is the last of the 101 Zen Koans that are available to me. So, next week, I'll either start with 101, with Zen Koan number 1, or think of something else to read. If you can think of something you would like to see, 100, a list of something, something that would, like Zen Koans, 100 Zen Koans, that takes about 6 months to get through. I would love to have a giant pile of prose to read, but I don't know which to use other than the Zen Koans. Something that would improve my wisdom, but not offend my delicate sensibilities. All right, let's do Zen Koan number 101, Buddha's Zen. Oh, wait, hold on. Make sure this works. Whoop, who's there? Hey, my sister's back. Hi, how you doing, Stephanie? Stephanie, you remember Shayna? Shayna, you remember Stephanie? Ms. Miro 2012, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. We're just about to do Zen Koan number 101. Tell me all about your holidays in the chat while I go through this, and then we'll talk. Be right back. This is Zen Koan 101, Buddha's Zen. Buddha said, I consider the positions of kings and rulers as that of dust motes. I observe treasures of gold and gems as so many bricks and pebbles. I look upon the finest silken robes as tattered rags. I see myriad worlds of the universe as small seeds of fruit, and the greatest lake in India as a drop of oil on my foot. I perceive the teachings of the world to be the illusions of magicians, and I discern the highest conception of emancipation as a golden brocade in my dream, and view the holy path of the illuminated ones as flowers appearing in one's eyes. I see meditation as a pillar of a mountain, nirvana as a nightmare of daytime. I look upon the judgment of right and wrong as the serpentine dance of the dragon, and the rise and fall of beliefs as but traces left by the four seasons. Lovely. I like that one. All right. That's Stephanie. Oh, it's getting a little bit better. I'm not feeling better yet today. I'm still depressed, but doing this cheers me up some. So thank you for being here with me and giving me a chance to do things that I enjoy. It's okay, Stephanie. That is my sister Stephanie from beautiful Kentucky. Welcome. How are your holidays? How is everything? Did you get your surgery? Are you feeling better? Did it work? What's your status? What's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh. I'm very sorry to hear that. Why is your daughter, Stephanie says the Christmas was very difficult to watch. Her daughter's heart breaking while she walked through the motions for her kids. I don't know why your daughter's heart's breaking. I'm so sorry to hear that it's happening. Tell us more. Why is your daughter's heart breaking? Tell us as much as you want. Obviously, I don't mean to pry, but tell us more, please. I'm so sorry that it was hard for you. Oh, wisdom. Good, good, good. Cheers. Very good. Oh, no. Oh, I hadn't heard. I'm so sorry. Callie lost her great-grandmother, and her grandmother was taken to ICU. She is a mother to Callie. Oh. Is she, so she's still in ICU? She improving at all? Oh, that must have been so scary. At least the family was together to come visit, I hope. Did I not say Kentucky? I thought you were in Kentucky. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. Okay, sorry. I got confused by real life for a second. Let's try again. Let's try. I got a couple pieces of wisdom that I got off of Facebook that has no attribution. So I'll start with them. Don't pray for a hole while you're leaning on a shovel. Another one? Okay. How about this? Everything will be okay. That's not it. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Here's a good one. Let's spin the wheel again. I'm not a praying sort much, but I wish her the very best, and I hope that her suffering can be held to a minimum. are you coping? Is everybody getting the help they need? Is everybody safe? All right, let's do a song. I don't have the voice for singing today, but I thought I would do a dramatic act out for fun. This is Do It Anyway by Ben Folds 5. You might put your love and trust on the line. It's risky. People love to tear that down. Let them try. Do it anyway. Risk it anyway. And if you're paralyzed by a voice in your head, it's the standing still that should be scaring you instead. Go on. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. There'll be times you might leap before you look. There'll be times you'll like the cover, and that's exactly why you'll love the book. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Tell me what I said I'd never do. Tell me what I said I'd never say. Read me off a list of the things I used to not like, but now I think are okay. Sometimes it's not subjective, wrong and right. Deep down, you know it's downright wrong, but you're invincible tonight, so do it anyway. It's done. You did it. Not bad. Good advice. Oh, that'll be wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're going to get to see Dad a little bit. He'll be really happy to see you. He's got the house fixed up real nice now. We've got a comfortable place for you to stay. And I'm so glad he won't be on his own that week. That's fantastic. Wonderful. Oh, Toy, let's see. Sorry to hear that, Stephanie. I bet your dad was so happy to see all of you in Florida. He was. He was wonderful. He was great company. We played cards. We played poker. We laughed together. He was very, very kind. We had a great time. What did Santa bring Charlotte, Rose, and Orion? Let's see. Orion got a metal detector. I remember that because that was very surprising. I don't really remember the stuff. Charlotte got a telescope from her granddad. And, yeah, Orion, I don't remember. I don't remember it all. I don't remember what the kids got. Sorry. And Debbie got me something, and I got her something. I don't remember what it was. I honestly don't. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it just completely slips my mind. My memory's getting worse and worse every day. So I don't remember what the kids got for Christmas, but I remember they had fun. And I remember there were stockings. And I remember we had lottery tickets, which I'm against. But, luckily nobody won, so we got lucky. And I think that's it. Let's spin a wheel. Hey, Roses and Thorns. Nice. It's a good time to talk. Let's meet at the chat, shall we? All right. Now we talk about roses and thorns. You know how this works, folks. Tell us the good things that happen to you and the bad things that happen to you. My memory is not what it used to be either. It is frustrating. It's very, very frustrating sometimes. But for the most part, I think that forgetfulness is a great, great blessing. It helps you live in the moment, and it helps you forgive yourself for all the dumb stuff you've done. There's a smarter guy than me, I assume it was a guy, I'm not sure who, once said, "The blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their own blunders." And I've done so much dumb stuff in my life, and I can't remember any of it, and I'm all right with it. It's getting creepy. It's getting leaving the car running and going to bed creepy every now and then, the memory loss thing, but for the most part, it's very pleasant. And I highly recommend it. So tell me about your roses and your thorns, everybody. Let's see, in my last week, roses. We went and we saw a movie. We went and saw Wicked, which was fun. I went and saw with the kids had off all week, so we were trying to find something to do every day. One of the days we went and saw Wicked, which I enjoyed very much. Ariana Grande's really, really funny. I did not expect her to be so amazing. She's like 350 pounds of talent in a 28-pound frame. I don't know how she gets it all in there because she's amazing, but she's very, very, very small, but amazing. And of course, the green lady, whose name escapes me, Oro Cynthia, something like that. She was fantastic as well. Jeff Goldblum, very, very good. The visuals were interesting and ran a little bit slow for my taste. I feel like the whole story could have been told in about 75% of the time, maybe less. But good. I mean, great. Everything that was on the screen worked. Thorn is watching my daughter hurting and not being able to help her. God, Rose, being with my grandchildren. That is, I don't even have grandchildren. I can't even imagine how wonderful that is. But at least you guys got to be together for that. And you could take care of each other in the hard times. It's the most important thing. Okay, Thorn. Pepper ate Pepper ate an entire bag of marshmallows, including the plastic bag. There's too much sugar is toxic for dogs and can trigger pancreatic typefasis. And plastic can cause blockages and is potentially fatal. I felt terrible that actually I left the marshmallows on the short table that Pepper was able to get into. Is he okay? She okay? Oh, jeez. Did they go to the hospital? Did he throw up? Was that last night? What's going on? My dogs have eaten 5 separate remote controls. 5 separate remote controls. And yesterday, I went out to pick up the poop in the backyard. And one of the poops had a Prime Video button that the dogs had digested on top of the poop. It looked like the poop was sponsored by Prime Video. Just a true story to lighten the mood. What happened to Pepper? What's going on with Pepper? When was this? Oh, thank God. Okay. Rose, I was able to take her to the vet on time, and they induced vomiting, and she's just fine now. Yes. All right. Yes. I don't know how they induce vomiting in dogs. Probably cat porn, but I'm so glad he's okay. Oh, good. Okay. Jeez, man, you got to just write a longer sentence. I worry. I'm so glad everybody's okay. Glad the dog's okay anyway. All right, let's do another thing. Oh, my roses and thorns. Let's see. I was with the kids all week. It was great. We saw Wicked. We went to the park, played volleyball. I laid in a hammock at the park. That was really fun. Saw a bunch of good movies. Watched Patriot again, the entire series. It's fantastic. Uh-oh. And we're back. Very, very weird. Anyway, things are rough. Sorry about I don't know what's going on with that. Pepper is a girl, and I'm glad she's okay. I respect her privacy. I don't even think in terms. Miniature schnauzer. She has a beard. Sort of like dwarves. Dwarves have beard. Dwarf women have beard. People get confused. I completely understand that. All right. Whew. The roses and thorns just stress me out. Give me some more roses, please. Sang with the kids. Got to do this again. That's fun. My thorn is I didn't do this last week. I've been depressed all week. Barely left the house except to do things with the kids, which is nice. The dogs have completely destroyed our living room again, but they don't poop on the floor as much. We're making progress with that. They don't poop and pee on the floor unless it's overnight. Nobody comes and checks on them. And they bite constantly, and they're awful bad dogs who hate us. But I love them very much, and every time I see them, it makes me happy. So having dogs is great, and having the kids spend time with the dogs is great. I got a video game that takes me right back to high school. I got the Marvel vs. Capcom package for what it's worth. Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men versus Street Fighter. That whole chain of games is all for like $40. You get 6-7 games. It's all the stuff I played back in high school and college. So that's really fun to have on the home gaming system. Okay, I feel very boring. Let's keep moving. Let's spin the wheel. What do you say? I want to hear all about the joke. Yeah, let's do a joke, and then I want to talk about that. Let's see how many jokes I get. Yes. Hey! Why are pigs bad drivers? Because they hog the road. 2.
You know, getting paid to sleep would be my dream job. Fun. Oh, just one more. Why can't you trust an atom? Because they make up everything. I like those. Now, Shayna here, she says that she invited her entire street of 25 neighbors to your New Year's Eve party. Very, very kind, very brave, too, because I know you haven't felt at home in that group of people. I know you haven't, you felt like you need to move because the people around you are different politically and spiritually, perhaps. But you invited them and you were nervous. I would be too. I'm very nervous when I have people at my house. I haven't had anybody at my house about a year, but they were very nice and it went well. I'm so glad to hear that. How did it go? What did you guys all do? Let's see. About 7 of the neighbors came. It's good. That's a party. And we played games, even though I've got crazy hair and I'm eccentric and my house is decorated a little wacky. I think they realized I'm not just a weirdo, but I'm a nice, normal person. You're a nice person. You're not normal. You don't aspire to be normal. You're a good person. How about that? Kind person. Friendly person. Normal? We've seen what normal is. We've seen what normal votes for. We've seen who normal thinks like. That's not us. Long live the weirdos. Yeah, I invited them to try to create positive vibes between me and my neighbors. I'm so proud of you. That's so brave. That's really, really brave. That takes a lot of confidence, I think, for someone who has that kind of anxiety. I'm really proud of you, and I'm glad it went well. I hope you post some pictures or I get to learn more about it. That's really, really cool. Yeah, no, normal's not something to be aspired to. Who's the smart fella said, normal is whatever everybody is that you are not. Let's spin the wheel. Prose! All right. Meet me at the Prose Library. Long live the weirdos, I say. All right. Let's do... Got some Bertrand Russell. Oh, and I got some more George Carlin. Hey, here's something interesting. I think I've done 4 chapters of George Carlin's Euphemisms so far. The very first one that I posted went viral, or it got more hits on my TikTok than most things I get. It's up to around 100,000, 150,000 hits now, which is very nice. I got 2,000 new followers. I'm up to 4,000 now for my little Johnny's Happy Place. So hopefully the word will get out little by little. But we're trying. But anyway, this is, I think, the 4th part of that series. This is Euphemisms. Number 3 or 4, I don't know what it is. The March of Time by George Carlin. As we resume our look at the advance of euphemisms, we have to keep a close eye on the image makers, advertisers, marketers, public relations people. And to repeat an earlier point, it's important to remember that over time, this trend towards softer language has only got it worse. It's all got different. I don't know when the whole thing started, but I do know that at some point in my life, toilet paper became bathroom tissue. I wasn't consulted on this. I didn't get a postcard. I didn't get an email. No one bothered to call. It just happened. One day, I simply found myself using bathroom tissue. And then, just as my loafers were becoming slip-ons, my sneakers turned into running shoes. And in no time, my running shoes became athletic footwear. It was about then that a trip to the department store revealed that my lazy slob uniform of sweatpants and sweatshirt were now located in a section called Active Wear. The world was changing. I saw secondhand clothing referred to as vintage apparel. I saw toupees advertised as hair appliances, in keeping, I would imagine, with the dental appliances that had long since replaced false teeth. You gotta have a system. Of course, if you didn't want to wear a hairpiece or a rug, nice old-fashioned term, you could always look around for a good, reliable hair replacement system. Keep an eye out for systems, folks. They're everywhere. The clerk who sold me my answering machine said I was purchasing a voice processing system. A mattress and box spring set is now called a sleep system. And the people who sell mops have not been resting. According to a commercial I saw recently, the Clorox Ready Mop is now America's favorite mopping system. And if you think you can escape these systems by going for a drive, forget it. Your car has been systematically infiltrated too. The heater and the air conditioner became the climate control system. Your brakes have been replaced by a braking system. And your seat belts and airbags are now known as the impact management system. You can't beat the system. Marketers will always strive to make things sound more impressive than they really are. That's why dashboards became instrument panels. But how's this for landed on thick? A magazine ad recently informed me that the cars depicted were equipped with leather seating surfaces. When you get right down to it, you have to admit marketing people have a ton of balls. The upgrading continued. At home, I found myself watching animation instead of cartoons. And it turns out all those TV shows I'd seen before were not really reruns. They were encore presentations. At about that time, I noticed soap operas had begun billing themselves as daytime dramas. Theaters felt overdue for an upgrade too, so they became performing arts centers, or sometimes performance spaces, in keeping with the spirit of certain nightclubs who now speak of themselves as party spaces. The really hip just call them spaces. While all this was happening in smaller locations, the big arenas decided they wanted to be known as event centers. Center is another word that's becoming important. Hospitals have long thought of themselves as medical centers, but now libraries have joined the chorus, calling themselves learning resource centers. And just to wrap this section up and returning to show business for a moment, no matter the size of the place where entertainment was being presented, at some point it was decided they would all just be called venues. Systems, facilities, spaces, centers, and venues, they're all words to keep an eye on in today's atmosphere of increasing self-importance. You want more changes? Profits became earnings. Personnel became human resources. The complaint department became customer relations. People started offering feedback instead of criticism. Car sickness turned into motion discomfort. Messengers became couriers. Junk mail morphed into direct marketing. Special delivery was suddenly priority mail. And after all these years, I picked up the phone and discovered information was identifying itself as directory assistance. I don't even want to mention my dismay at the fact that every old-fashioned shady used car dealer in a plaid jacket was suddenly selling certified pre-owned vehicles. By this time, the dump had become the landfill. I guess it was inevitable. The garbage men who fill it had long since become sanitation engineers. And in some cities, garbage collection was going by the fancy and misleading name environmental services. The changes even got me where I lived. According to the Census Bureau, my apartment had become a dwelling unit. And when I asked my janitor to put a peephole in the door, I discovered later that actually the custodial engineer had installed an observation port. Now change of pace. One day, a buck-toothed girl told me she had overbite. That was the day I traded in my glasses for prescription eyewear. Of course, some of these language upgrades are more widespread than others. Admittedly, they're not all universal. For instance, we still have motels, but some of them want to charge a little more, so they became motor lodges. We also still have house trailers, but they're for sale and profits are involved, so they became motor homes, mobile homes, modular homes, or manufactured housing. So apparently what we thought all this time was a trailer park is actually a manufactured home community. I guess the lesson is we never quite know what we're dealing with. Could it be that all these years on the Jerry Springer Show we've actually been watching manufactured home community trash? You know what? I have a drugstore problem. I guess you've noticed the trip to the drugstore has changed a lot too. The products have all been transformed. To start with, the medicine I used to take is now called medication. I have a hunch medication costs more than medicine. Mouthwashes are dental rinses. Deodorants have been joined to the shelf by antiperspirants, probably because sweat has become nervous wetness. A plain old bar of soap these days is being described variously as a bath bar, a cleansing bar, and a clarifying bar. Can you imagine a mother saying, "Young man, if I hear that word out of your mouth one more time, I'm going to wash out your mouth with a clarifying bar"? Doesn't sound right, does it? The hair people have taken liberties too. Hairspray, too ordinary. How about holding mist? Of course, if you don't want holding mist, you can always turn to shaping mousse or sculpting gel. Anything to get you to pay a little more. Cough drops have grown up and turned into throat lozenges, some even calling themselves pastilles or troches. Guess what? Right, $2 more for lozenges. Pastilles and troches. I can remember in television's early years when constipation was called occasional irregularity. These days, in a kind of minor reverse euphemism trend, we're back to constipation, which parallels the recent TV comeback made by diarrhea. No more lower gastric distress. Diarrhea. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. The new TV candor, even though you still can't say shit. By the way, doctors used to claim that constipation could be relieved by eating more roughage. Now, they're pushing fiber. I still prefer roughage. If I want fiber, I'll eat a basket. And hey lady, advancing age causing vaginal friction? Tell the pharmacist you have a personal dryness problem. I'm sure he has some sort of intimate feminine lubrication solution to recommend. That's the way they describe crotch products now. Even a good, old-fashioned douche has turned into a feminine wash. And remember feminine hygiene sprays? Personally, they didn't sound very tasty to me. If they had come in flavors, they might have been more successful. Vaginilla, crotch chocolate, labia lime. Just a thought. Anyway, the latest female product I've heard of is protective underwear, which frankly, folks, I don't even want to think about. More later. All right, Liz. Oh, good. There's lots of stuff here. You are not normal. You are better than normal. I like you. Most of my neighbors are very conservative. They're all still very nice. I find that the Trump folk, if you don't talk to them about the Trump stuff, are lovely, lovely people. They're still Americans. And even though their point of view has been skewed, in my opinion, by professionals to make them think dumb about political stuff, they're still Americans. They're still human beings. They still want connection. They still want friends. They still respond to courtesy and love. And I think it's wonderful that we can all get together and not talk about that stuff and just be human. That's great. I'm really glad to hear that they had fun. Now I said, and he's excited because you have boy, oh boy. Okay. Very conservative. Now, Shayna says, I'm excited because I have reconnected with a love interest that I hadn't seen in a few years. Glad to hear that. Probably. We met on a dating site 17 years ago. Wow. And he's come in and out of my life over the years, mainly because he worked in Japan and France for much of that time. Now he lives in North Carolina again, so I'm looking forward to seeing where things go with him. That sounds fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. That's a cool guy. Somebody who's traveled, somebody has a little perspective about the things that matters. He sounds wonderful. Keep us posted. Tell us what fun things you're doing together. That's great. I'm so glad you got reconnected. I'm so glad he's home. I'm so glad he moved to North Carolina. The main downside is that he lives 45 minutes away, which is kind of a bummer, but I suppose it could be worse. See how it goes. It's 20 minutes for each of you. Meet in the middle. You'll find stuff to do. It'll be worth it. And then if it works and you want more, you'll figure out how to be closer. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I hope that wasn't too out. No, it's not too much information at all. I'm interested. That's the kind of stuff I want to talk about. What's going on with you? We are also the same age, which is nice. Yeah, I do like my wife's my age, and I think that works great. I think Dad was 10 years older than Mom, and that worked fine too. It's all good. Just love each other. Oh, it's so exciting. How do you reconnect? Did he reach out to you? Or did you reach out to him? Did you read that he was back? You saw something on Facebook? How'd you reconnect? And what are you going to do? Do you have plans? Are you going to go have a drink 20 minutes and 20 minutes? Or are you going to... I'm excited to see how it turns out. Okay, I don't mean to pry. I'm just interested. All right, let's spin the wheel. What do you say? Uh-oh. Let's go to the Shakespeare stage and I'll see if I can fit it. My apologies for missing one of your messages. I sure didn't want to. Oh, you're going to the space exhibit with him. Oh, that's going to be great. Oh, there it is. He is very handsome, intelligent, kind, patient, with a good sense of humor. He also knows how to cook, play piano. He knows how to use a gun, which makes you feel safe in the event of emergency. Interesting. I was with you 100% till the end. And good. Everybody should know how to use a gun. It's America. That's wonderful. Handsome, kind, intelligent, patient, good sense of humor. Knows how to cook, plays piano. Wow. He's got kind of a too good to be true thing going on there. That's an awful lot. That's wonderful. I hope all that turns out to be exactly as it seems. That's really, really great. Congratulations on that. So let me read it for you again because I skipped it. He's very handsome, intelligent, kind, patient, with a good sense of humor. He also knows how to cook, play piano, and he knows how to use a gun, which makes me feel safe in the event of an emergency. There you go. Congratulations. Here, I got some Shakespeare. Hold on. This is from Hamlet. This is one of my favorites. This is when Hamlet is speaking to the players. I don't know how much you know about Hamlet. Let's see. At one point, about halfway through the play, a whole bunch of, it's like a traveling theater troupe. They come into the theater. They come into where Hamlet lives. A castle whose name escapes me. Anyway, while they're visiting, Hamlet says, hey, I think my uncle killed my father. Let's just do a thing. The ghost of his father told him that his uncle had put poison in his ear and killed him. But, you got to trust the ghost? What, are you crazy? So you want to test it. So he says, I'm going to write a play where the lead kills somebody with the ear, and then I'm going to watch the king when that happens and see what happens. So he writes a whole play, and then he tries to give direction to the players before they perform the play. So that's what's going on here. And I think it's fun. Enjoy. Speak the speech. Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you. Okay? Trippingly, on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of our players do, I'd as live the clown crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hand thus, but use all gently. For in the very torrent, tempest, and I may say whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to my soul to hear a robustious, periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings, who, for the most part, are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for overdoing Termagant. It out-Herods Herod. Pray, you avoid it. And be not too tame either, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance, that you overstep not the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end, both at the first and now, was and is to hold as 'twere a mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of the time his form and pressure. Now this overdone or tardy off, though it make the unskillful laugh, cannot but make the judicious grieve, the censure of the which one must in your allowance o'erweigh the whole theater of others. Oh, there have been players I have seen play and heard others praise, and that highly, not to speak it profanely, that neither having the accent of Christians, nor the gait of Christian, pagan, nor man, have so strutted and bellowed that I have thought some of nature's journeymen had made men, and not made them well. They imitated humanity so abominably. Reform it altogether, and let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them. For there beef of them that will themselves laugh, to set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too, though in the meantime some necessary question of the play be then to be considered. That's villainous, and shows a most pitiful ambition in the fool that uses it. Go make you ready. It's good advice. Lots of good advice. I'm studying acting a lot. I'm really interested in acting. I'm learning more about it. That's all I can. I don't do it much except here on the stream, but man, do I enjoy it here on the stream. All right, let's see what we got. I normally would not care or mention about the gun thing, but with everything going on in the world right now, I think it's a good thing he knows how to use one. Do you know how to use one? You should know how to use one. Every human being in America should, in fact, I got to take my boy. I got to take Orion, teach him how to use a gun. We don't have him in the house because of the crazy, but when the shit goes down, you want to know. I understand what you mean. No, that's great. If you feel safe, it sounds amazing. It's a half of that would have worked. Intelligent, kind, patient, and good sense of humor. I can't imagine that combined with handsome. I've never seen it function in that way. So if you found somebody who's all those things, go get him, Tiger. Probably tall, too. I know you like that. Let's spin the wheel. Come meet me at the Shakespeare stage. No, better yet, poetry corner. That'd be time well spent. And I'll tell you a little secret. Shooting range, kind of a sexy date. I used to take Debbie to the shooting range back in the old days. It's not a bad way to spend an afternoon or an early evening. And he has hair? Yeah, go Shayna. Go Shayna. Every day is your birthday. All right. Very, very nice. One more poem I have. Oh, I lost it. This is called Everything is Going to Be All Right by Derek Mann, M-A-H-O-N. Try this. Here we go. Everything is Going to Be All Right by Derek Mann, M-A-H-O-N. How should I not be glad to contemplate the clouds clearing beyond the dormer window and a high tide reflected on the ceiling? There will be dying, but there's no need to go into that. The lines flow from the hand unbidden, and the hidden source is the watchful heart. The sun rises in spite of everything, and the far cities are beautiful and bright. I lie here in a riot of sunlight, watching the day break and the clouds flying. Everything is going to be all right. Short but powerful. I like that one a lot. Tall and has hair. I'm starting to wonder about this guy. Does he have social media? Keep an eye out. It seems like a guy who might sleep with a whole bunch of people just to pass the time. All right, let's spin the wheel again. Let's do acapella. Forget the wheel. Go straight to acapella. He doesn't use social media. That is a guy who is not to be trusted. He's fucking everybody, and he doesn't want everybody to know. You know anybody else like that? All right. Let's. But I'm sure he doesn't trust no one. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's excellent reason. I'm sure it's true. Okay, let's do acapella. This is a song by William Shatner about mortality. And I will speak it because it is spoken as such. Giant red flag, just saying. Okay, let's see. From Hamlet, Zen Koan, acapella. You'll Have Time. This is You'll Have Time by William Shatner. It's about mortality, so buckle up for that. No, I definitely don't trust people who don't use social media. Because every single one of them that I have gotten to know has turned out to be a creep or a criminal. 100%. All right. You'll Have Time by William Shatner. Live life. Live life like you're gonna die, because you're gonna. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're gonna die. Maybe not today or even next year, but before you know it, you'll be saying, is that all there was? What was all the fuss? Why did I bother? Now, maybe you won't suffer, maybe it's quick, but you'll have time to think, why did I waste it? Why didn't I taste it? You'll have time, because you're gonna die. Yeah, it's gonna happen because it's happened to a lot of people I know. My mother, my uncles, my loves, the president, the kings, and the pope. They all had hope, and they muttered just before they went, maybe I won't go. Live life like you're gonna die, because you're gonna. Maybe you won't suffer, maybe it's quick, but you'll have time to think, why did I waste it? Why didn't I taste it? You'll have time, because you're gonna die. I tell you who else left us, passed on, gone to heaven, no longer with us? Johnny Cash, JFK, a guy in the Stones, Lou Gehrig, Einstein, and Joey Ramone. Have I convinced you? Do you read my lips? This may come as news, but it's time. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. By the time you hear this, I may well be dead. And you, my friend, might be next. Because we're all gonna die. Yeah, maybe you won't suffer, maybe it's quick, but you'll have time. Why did I waste it? Why didn't I taste it? You'll have time. Because you're going to die. I tell you, you're going to die. Because maybe you won't suffer, maybe it's quick, but you'll have time to think, why did I waste it? Why didn't I taste it? You'll have time. Live life like you're going to die, because you're going to. Oh yes, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you are going to die. Maybe not today or even next year, but before you know it, you'll be saying, is this all there was? What was all the fuss? Why did I bother? YOU''REGONNADIE, die. You are gonna die. Lung cancer, heart attack, diabetes, drug overdose, choke on a chicken bone, hit by a lightning bolt, spider bite, airplane crash, car wreck, a cap in your ass. I feel a little better. That's all right. I find it very helpful. You spend too much time on social media. I don't know. I think you spend just about enough. I can understand. Yeah. A little envious of people who don't use social media because I think of all that extra free time they have to do with their stuff. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. I don't trust people who don't use social media. I don't trust people who don't have social media. I hope we don't die soon, but it's pretty likely In my case, anyway, I made my peace with it. It's all good. But we'll die exactly when we're supposed to. So live every life. That's the important thing. But yeah, people who don't, if you don't use it, that's fine. If you have a Facebook, you save your name, you put up one picture, say I don't use it, that's fine. But people who don't exist on the internet are not to be trusted. There's a couple people here in town, a couple people we've worked with in the past, who have gone to great trouble to erase themselves from the internet, and that is a red flag that something very, very wrong is happening. It's one thing not to use it, it's another thing to go to the effort to erase yourself. So Google that dude and see if it seems to you like he's showing up as he's supposed to. Of course you do. All right. Yeah. Well, one of the old comedians and one of the newer comedians. But it's just anybody. Yeah, they've all turned out to be, it doesn't matter. Okay. I don't know what's left. I don't feel great. All right, let's see if I got to use any more. Did that. Did the wisdom. Let's do one more piece of wisdom. Even Luigi Mangione had Instagram. You understand what I'm saying? All right. This is Clouds Never Make Mistakes by Alan Watts. Regard yourself as a cloud. Clouds never make mistakes. Did you ever see a cloud that was misshapen? Did you ever see a badly designed wave? No, they always do the right thing. And if you will treat yourself for a while as a cloud or wave, you'll realize that you can't make a mistake. Whatever you do. Because even if you do something that appears totally bizarre, it will all come out in the wash somehow or other. Then, through this capacity, you will develop a kind of confidence. And through confidence, you will be able to trust your own intuition. That's wisdom from Alan Watts. All right. Oh, I know you have. It's okay. We don't have to name names. They're all using fake names anyway. Luigi Mangione, he looks eerily like one of the comics here in town without a beard. Yeah, now Luigi's a very handsome man, and it's changed the rules for everything. It's the guy who shot Trump was this nerdy white dude, and even people who thought Trump needs shooting were saying things, you couldn't get on his side because he wasn't good looking. But now there's a guy who's doing something I agree with, and he's good looking. Let's shut everything down. Yeah, he does have a swagger about him, and all the press is making him look good, and they light him well, and the prisoners gave him a nice haircut. Yeah, it's amazing what you can accomplish in this country with a little bit of charisma. Listen, Here, let's go here. I think I'm going to wrap this up. It really is. It's amazing. I have a point to make about this. For the first 35 years of my life, I was about this size, about 285, 275, big, fat, round, whatever. And then for 5 years, from when I was 35 until I was 40, I got all the way down to like 215. I didn't eat. I just starved myself on the cruise ships for about 5 years. I would eat like one piece of protein a day and then a whole bunch of fat just to try to lose weight. Anyway, I lost the weight and I looked good and I was handsome for 5 years. And the way that everybody treats you differently was appalling to me. It's terrifying. First of all, everybody thinks you're funnier. Doing the exact same material, everybody thinks you're one of the best comedians in the world when you're good looking, and they just laughed. It heightens. I do it too. It heightens. And people aren't as polite to you when you're big. People aren't as kind to you. People start looking at you like you're dangerous instead of to be desired. It's an entirely different world, and I hate it, and it sickens me. But it's true. That's definitely true. But anyway, Luigi, there's a great quote, and I see all these people writing about Luigi. They see all these people saying, "Oh, hey, more people should shoot CEOs." And anyway, I can't write. You do it, because then I'll go to jail on YouTube, or on Facebook. So the comment I'll come up with now is don't. I just want to use here in the show. Don't beg for a hole. Don't pray for a hole while you're leaning on a shovel. You've got access to a gun. Do it yourself. That's the way I feel about it. Or shut up. One of the two. Either murder or don't be pro-murder. Either one of those is good, but one or the other is a lie. So pick one. Anyway, thanks for hanging in there, Shayna. We got some good stuff today. Thanks for everything. I miss you. I hope we can get together for lunch sometime in the next couple of weeks. Brunch. I miss seeing you in person. I want to hear more about your adventures and this dude. Google him. Keep an eye out. All right, I'm going to go. Till next time, remember, the only way for this country to function anymore is for all of us to love each other. So love yourself first. Then, if you can, love somebody else. Then, love everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. Till next time, we'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep shining through just like you always do, and the blue skies will push the dark clouds far away. See, the voice is way off. And would you please say hello to the folks that I know and tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thanks for watching. Until next time, be good, but not too good. I'll be back next week. Bye-bye.